Konnichiwa! Minasan, konnichiwa! Hey guys, this is DJ MK, and you're watching another live stream right here on DJ MK Off the Air. So, yeah. Today, yet another live stream is happening right now. It's kind of hard to believe. And guess what? I finally fixed the gaming audio, which has been like plaguing me pretty much the moment I found out about this. So at least I finally figured it out, and it's all thanks to this one video by YouTuber. What is her name? Let me try to find it. By YouTuber Tea and Vodka. So, arigatou gozaimasu, Tea and Vodka. Because I found out that it turns out in Soundflower, you can use the exact same function you use for Mixler on this. So, thank you very much for that. And so, it made the setup for this a whole lot easier to do as a result. So, I'm so glad. But in the last episode, I basically came to Asagao Academy for the very first day, and I awkwardly talked with Pro Jared, and then I happened to encounter him again in the lunchroom after my awkward train ride with him, and I made a friend, who really talks a lot with various expressions. So my poll on Twitter was, do I lie to him to get some street cred at my school, or do I tell the truth? And for the last few hours, I was pretty much at 50-50. Thanks, guys. But I'm going to check the results right now. And it looks like we've got 3 votes. 67% says tell the truth. So that's what we're going to do in this episode. See what the results are. And the accent is still painful. I am so sorry. Music is beautiful, but it's painful. Why does it feel like it's like the music's getting louder every time I do it? But let's see. So let us load some data, and that is day 1. And let's go. So we were stuck in a decision. So the first part was lying, and the second part was telling the truth. So since you guys said tell the truth, let's see what the result is. Oh. She looked me up and down, sniffed, and turned away. Mai leaned towards me. This is not turning out too well. Don't mind Mimi, she was just trying to get in with you. Get in with me? Why? Well, you asked me about those guys in their jackets, right? Those are the normal Boots Club jackets. They're what? Okay, forgot to mention that disclaimer before I continue on with this video. I am not affiliated with Normal Boots, Hidden Block, or any of the gaming channels. I just happen to like guys at Illiseed. I am a big fan of their videos. So guys like Pro Jared, the Completionist, PBG, and many others involved in these various channels. I'm just a fan of them, like these guys are, the ones who made the game. So, no affiliation whatsoever. So with that, let's continue. What's Normal Boots Club? I'm sorry. It's a club we have at school here. It's like totally exclusive and full of only the coolest students. They get together and play video games. Or something. Oh my god, they even got Jacques in here with the jacket too. I'm sorry. Anyway, and then Jared with the mirror. That one right there is John, also known as JonTron. His birth name is Jacques. If you guys have not seen JonTron, he was basically the guy who started Game Grumps with Ego Raptor, and then later on he started making his own videos, and I think apparently he was also a musical theater major, or minor, so he does a lot of singing in his videos, and they're hilarious. John is also the president of the drama club here at school. There we go. Next to him is PBG. He and John founded the Normal Boots Club together. PBG is one of the best soccer players in our team. And this is actually true. JonTron and PBG actually co-founded Normal Boots together. And in fact, one of the creators of this game is his wife, actually. Fun fact, guys. Then there's Gerard. People call him the completionist because he's obsessed with completing things. He has the biggest itty-bitty kitty collection I've ever seen. That just sums it up right there. He's just a completionist. Next to him is Jared, also known as Pro Jared. He's a model. That's the kida effect. There we go. Then there's Satchbag. Everyone calls him Satch. He's like crazy smart. He's the only one of the Normal Boots crew that I've not seen his videos for. So I apologize if I don't know all of them, but I know most of the team. These guys are over there are Paul, Nick, and Josh. They write a column in the school newspaper called Continue. Paul, the one standing up, is the student council president. And the guy on the end there is Shane. He knows more about video games than anyone ever. And Shane, I believe he creates a segment called Did You Know Gaming, if I remember correctly. Again, bit rusty. She exhaled a dreamy sigh into her mashed potatoes. Wait, they're serving mashed potatoes for lunch? So, how would someone, join the Normal Boots Club? You don't choose the boots, Hana. The boots choose you. What does that even mean? You have to be presented with the boots to be in the club, and they're like super selective. What are the boots? The club has this boots statue. It's like the one of their patches, but it's gold-plated. It's their mascot, I guess? They do this weird initiation ritual with it. Okay, it got really pixelated for a few seconds. I apologize, but I don't see any frames dropping, so I don't know why it's like slowing down like that. Can I do it closing Chrome? Because that might be slowing me down. Let's see. Yeah, that looks a lot better, and it says the streaming is still going, so that looks okay. All right, and then let's see. Let me try closing some more stuff. I know this is very unprofessional. I apologize, but I mean, this is only my second one, and this is pretty much like a test / getting used to all the controls for like future streams, because this might be a frequent thing. Honestly, I didn't really plan out this to be tonight, but I really ended up enjoying the game, so here I am. So, yeah, I'm closing out apps so that way it runs a little smoother. It's not too much of a delay, because I kind of cut off a little bit prematurely in the last episode. Okay, looks like everything's good, so let's continue, and hopefully it's less sound cutting. Alright, so boots with initiation ritual. Ritual? I hear they fill a room with candles and wear these totally creepy robes during initiation. This year 2 girl said she saw it once and they were all like chanting around the boots and it sounded like they were talking backwards. But I don't believe her. And even if it's true, I don't care if they're a cult because they're all really hot. Do they have a lot of friends? Yeah, tons of friends. I'd say they're the most popular kids in school. I mean, everyone in school totally looks up to them. I bet they could get any girl in school, too. Or boy, for that matter. Alright. Wow. This ultimate is getting really interesting. And this is a fan-made ultimate. But anyway. Hey, are you gonna eat your cake? I shook my head and pushed the plastic tray across the table to her. Who wastes cake on the first day of school? I guess only otomes would do that. Anyway. For the remainder of lunch, I listened to Mai talk about Jared through mouthfuls of half-dissolved frosting. Okay, I can see why she skipped the cake. Back at the dorm, I sorted through the pile of textbooks the school left for me. Oh yeah, by the way, my friend Yeti came back for today. Yay! And I finally mastered how this thing is supposed to sound, so it sounds a lot better than the first time I used it. Anyway, pile of textbooks. My radio was playing a poppy tune, equal parts music to static. Mai fervently scribbled in a notebook at our desk, hunched over it with strikingly poor posture. Hey, Mai? She didn't bother to look up. It's kind of nice now that I know that the sound is working, that I can actually stay silent at certain parts, because there's a lot of speaking in the first part. Am I supposed to have a textbook for History 309? She shuffled through the papers on her desk before producing a thick textbook. A demure man in a powdered wig frowned at me from the cover. Yeah, this one. I sighed. I don't have that one. The school must have missed it. Mai shrugged and set the textbook back in her pile. They have a bunch at the library. You can just check one out. That almost never works in college. I don't know about high school either, considering how messy textbooks can be. But then again, maybe it's a little bit less of a problem considering everybody buys stuff. And it's a lot cheaper, respectively. Anyway, where's the library? Mai riffled through her notebook and wrote something down. She tore the page out and handed me a crudely drawn map. These sound effects are great. It really gets me into it. Oh, okay. Well, I'll be back in a little bit. Ooh, this is a really nice library. And I work at one, so I should know. It took me at least 20 minutes to find the library. By the time I realized I was holding the map upside down, the sun was setting. My character's terrible sense of direction. The library was much larger than I expected. The walls lined from floor to ceiling with books of all sizes on rough wooden shelves. Intimidated, I headed for the front desk. A recognizably green and gray jacket was bent behind the counter. Normal boots. I really considered running away. Oh! I seriously need to watch his videos after this. Anyway, can I help you? Too late. Yeah, the school forgot to give me one of my textbooks. I was told I could get it here. Which one is it? The History 309 textbook. He stepped from behind the counter and motioned for me to follow. We dodged between the aisles in a comfortable silence. He seemed friendly enough. I should say something. What was his name again? Shane? Gerard? John? No, not John. There we go! Bingo, Hana. Huh? Oh, you work here? Ugh, of course he worked here. He chuckled, dimples appearing in his cheeks. Yeah, I'm the librarian's assistant. It's my second year and I love it. I get to help people find books that speak to them. His eyes twinkled like a kid's on Christmas. Moving on. Your book's right down here. He stopped at a row of thick, dusty books. Was this all history? And pulled out the book with the powder-wigged man I saw earlier. Thanks. Somebody's got a crush. He waved his hand. It was nothing. Do you need help with anything else? I wanted to make a good impression on the Normal Boots Club, but I couldn't come up with anything. No. Thanks. Okay, I definitely need to watch his videos after this. You're welcome. As we headed back through the cavernous library, my unease melted away. We weren't talking, but just being near him felt like being wrapped in a soft blanket. I resisted the urge to snuggle up to him. Oh my gosh. We neared the front desk, stepping around a clump of studying students. As we passed, one of them shifted. Oh, shoot. When there's that look, That means something's up. Something white flew past my face. Well, totally unprofessional, but gotta go for a second. Hello. Yep. Great. We went to a cultural night. African culture. Yeah, one of my favorite YouTubers was there. He was the MC. One of my favorite YouTubers. Alright, sorry guys. Super long phone call from Dad. But anyway, how are you guys enjoying this? I mean, I know, I kind of had like the happiest chat. Ironically enough, when it's like the most dramatic thing happening on screen. I apologize. But yeah, anyway. Let me get to the... Yeah, I'm trying to get to the chat box. Okay, so far nobody has chatted with me, but that's fine. Okay, so something white flew past my face. I'm thinking paper airplane or some sort of note. A thick piece of triangular paper lay at my feet. Boom! I am good at this stuff. I bent over and picked it up. It was surprisingly heavy. There was a quarter inside of it. If I was just a hair slower, it would have hit me in the face. The students snickered, and I recognized the boys that made fun of my hair this morning among them. Jeez, boys can be such jerks. My heart dropped. I scanned my memory for anything I might have done to offend them, but came up with nothing. My hand started to shake. I hid it behind my back, trying to think of some way to defend myself. Why did you do that? Eh? What do you mean? We were just messing around. I'm not good at the voices, I apologize. Are you suggesting we did it on purpose? I faltered. There was nothing I could say. I was outnumbered. They twist my words around no matter how straightforward I was. No, sorry. One of the boys held his hand out for the paper. I inched closer to give it to him, angry at myself for being so compliant. I wished I were... A gentle warmth closer from my hand and took the paper from me. Satch examined the paper closely. I see what the problem is. Your aim would be better if you cut the corners before you folded it. He placed the paper on the table. The boy looked at him in sheer awe. Be careful, though. You almost hit her, and that would have been awful. My hands began to sweat as panic shifted through me, afraid of the response. But... Jeez, we're sorry. We'll be careful next time. Yeah, it was an accident. They apologized? Hey? Yeah! Librarian intervention for the win! Thanks. I appreciate it. He gave them a wide smile and continued off down the aisles. I followed closely behind, my legs weak. Yeah, kindness can be a powerful weapon, folks. But, obviously, if you come across a place where it doesn't win them over, don't even bother, honestly. Anyway. Don't tell me they stopped because of him. Simply because I was with him? I wanted to thank him, but my heart was pounding so hard I knew my voice would shake. We reached the front counter and he scanned the history book. My lips trembled as I willed myself to say something, anything to thank him. He tilted his head to the side. What books would you like to read? That is the best first question you would ever... Fiction? He chuckled. I just finished a good book. I think it'd be right up your alley, if you don't mind me saying so. He reached under the counter, pulled out a thick green book, and passed it to me. A man in black stood in the front, hugging a woman in royal robes. It's long, but it's one of my favorites. The Princess Betrothed. English majors should know what they're referencing anyway. I know things can be tough transferring to a new school. If you're ever worried, just read this. It'll transport you 100 miles away in a second. And I know you have a good book when a book transports you away. Tears stung my eyes, so I ducked my head. Thank you. For more than just the books. You're welcome. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't think I got your name. I'm a transfer student. And Mizuno means water. So it's like basically flowers in the water. Wait a minute. Yeah. That's basically me right now. Well, it's nice to meet you, Hana. Let me know how you like the book. I will. It's really weird, like, going high-pitched like that. That couldn't have gone better. Not only was Satch impossibly kind, but being around him felt easy. I'm doing this voice acting, so I'm trying to experiment with a little bit of voice. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you think I should modify it a little bit, just let me know in the chat box. Let me take a look at the chat box, actually. Okay, so there's a little bit of delay in terms of the video itself, but it's alright. It still works. So, let me continue on with this audio. Not only was Satch impossibly kind, but being around him felt easy, refreshing. Like being doused in the midst of a waterfall. Oh gosh, what was I thinking? I feel so weird. Because, if you can't see it, my microphone comes with real-time sound surveillance, so yeah, it kind of feels weird hearing my voice feel so high-pitched, because I'm used to talking like this and being so low and all the commentary like that, but going so high-pitched like this and so easy and trying to act like a high school student, it's so awkward. Like a Disney princess. Anyway, go on. My cheeks hot, I left the library, two surprisingly heavy books under one arm. I settled into bed, eager to get started with my new reading material, but Maya was sitting at her desk, carving a pencil idly into the pages of a notebook. Every few minutes, she released a long, drawn-out sigh as the lead of her pencil whined against the paper. That's an interesting description of that. Sorry, my English major's coming out. I lowered my book and took the bait. Is something wrong, Mai? She let out another dreary sigh. She's a volleyball player? Hey! Anyway. I hope Jared notices me this year. Does Jared know you like him? Maya whirled around in feigned shock. I don't like Jared. Oh, really? What about the commentary you had yesterday? Oh. I closed my book and set it aside, decided to play her along. Have you at least tried talking to him? No, I mean, I have before. Why don't you try again? She bobbed her head from side to side, considering this like it never crossed her mind before. Yeah, maybe I could do that. Satisfied, I picked my book back up. Have you ever had a boyfriend, Hana? Huh? Me? No, never. Tashimo. Never? Never. I bet you... Do I say it or not? I bet you Ichiman yen that you told him that you meet a totally cute boy here and fall in love by the end of the school year. That's 10,000 yen in Japanese. Boom! You're crazy! I put my face back in my book, barring Maya from any further discussion. Fall in love by the end of the year? And that, my friends, is the start of the otome genre. May the best guy win. My heart. Hana's heart. Whatever. Well, typically in otome games, there's not a set character per se. Just for visual novels, unless it's like a visual novel where you kind of see like the character's backstory and stuff. But for Mai, we haven't really seen much of hers yet. I mean, then again, this is a fan game, not necessarily like those fully fleshed out stuff like Dramatical Murder or Corpse Party or something like that. And yeah, oftentimes in otomes, in particular, or in the occasional visual novel, they tend to be. This is technically more of a visual novel because it's a designated character, whereas with otomes, you tend to be able to customize your character, mostly just the name. But since it's already like a full-fledged character and you actually get to see their faces during the reactions, this is technically under the class visual novel. So not to mix up the two. I mean, this is a otome technically because it is a dating sim, but it's a visual novel as well. So it's an otome visual novel. I may have to go a little explanation of this in some future episode of Mixler. In fact, I kind of dropped my episode for today because I actually went out for a cultural event, which was really, really fun. Highly recommend it. But yeah, Clifford Owosu under the YouTube handle Kappa5. Definitely recommend his videos, especially the in an African home videos. Those are going to be hilarious regardless of where you come from. So, and he is a really cool guy. Best MC I've come across ever. So, he's still partying right now back in UD. So, for all those in DASA, whoop whoop. Well, I'm not in DASA, but those who actually part of DASA. I'm making things awkward. I'll also continue. Fall in love by the end of the year? Me? If I were a betting kind of girl, I'd take that bet. I woke the next morning with what felt like a lizard in my throat. I was already up, shuffling through her school bag with an enigmatic grin. The first day of school. And? Okay, I thought it was lag. You're finally awake! I just went in my ears for a second. Her voice sliced through the air like a knife, and I winced. She was definitely a morning person. I am not, as you can tell from the stream. It's time for the first day of school. Aren't you excited? I can't wait to see what's gonna happen. What do you mean? Is something special happening today? Something strange always happens on the first day of school, especially to someone like you. She winked. Someone like me? You know what I mean. She smiled and started messing with a pile of papers on her desk. Shaking my head, I got out of bed and pulled my uniform out of my closet. I heard a weird noise. My palms sweat as I held the gold vest and blue jacket. Was it really possible for things to be different here than they were at home? What if the problem wasn't actually the school? I shook the thoughts out of my head and changed into my uniform. That's me in a nutshell. Every day. Oh. What is it? You look so cute. He crept up my neck. Completely. Your hair matches your uniform so well. You look like a flower blooming straight out of the ground. Hana! Boom! Ow. Thank you. Why is she always crying every time? Mom was stuck in the back of my eyes. I tried to start packing my bag. Oh boy. Why was I getting worked up about something as little as this? I must have gotten less sleep than I thought. Is something wrong? No, nothing's wrong. I'm just happy. How dumb was that? I started crying as the first sign of someone being nice to me? I took a deep breath to steady my nerves. What an oddly menacing thud. All the air left my legs, something like horse hooves slammed against my back. You'll do just fine. Don't worry, it's gonna be awesome. I stiffly peered over my shoulder. That was you? Huh? Maya stood behind me, her hand raised. Somehow she had the strength of a bodybuilder. Nothing. I was just about to set my bag up when I spotted the book Satch gave me lying on my nightstand. The Princess Betrothed. He said if I needed to be transported somewhere far away, I could take it with me. It was pretty good so far. Maybe it would be smart to bring it along, just in case. I had no one to talk to between class periods. Will I need it for my first day of class? And decision number 2, folks. First, it was admitting whether or not I'm related to Jared. And second one is whether I have to take an interesting book that would transport me away. So, typical Ultimate fashion, I think. If I deny the relationship with the first one, basically, Jared is no longer a romantic option, and Maya's open to taking him. Whereas this one, I think next is going to be whether or not I fall with Satch. Personally, I have a choice on that, but I wonder what you guys are going to think. So, I'm going to save up these 2 parts, 3 and 4, since this is day 2 of school. So, yeah, going to quit the game. So, yeah. So, gonna make a poll number 2 for day 2 of Asagao Academy. So, yeah. Thanks so much for watching this episode. I am going to go consume some dinner. So, if you guys enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. And, of course, if you guys have any suggestions or recommendations for future Ultimate games to try out, actually, I have a couple downloaded on this computer. Besides Asagao Academy. So if you guys want me to do some more besides this game, after this game's done, of course, feel free to let me know, down in the description of this video. And also, don't forget to subscribe, talk to me on Twitter, at DJMK for life. It's number 4, not FOR. And yeah, I actually finally broke 300 followers today. So thank you so much to the 304 followers, and especially the 3 people who have voted in this poll. Special shout out to Christina. Hope this episode brightened up your day as well. And yeah, I'll see you next episode, and keep a lookout for the poll for day 2 of Asagao Academy. So until then, Jenny, stay awesome, my friends. And in this case, it's not too bad to get wet by the rain, because Prince is the god of rain. Rest in peace, man. Seriously. Side note, there's like this really amazing string of tweets by this guy named this tweet guy named Anil Dash, and he made like this huge convo, about like Prince's personal history, and like his personal history as a fan. And I know he's famous for some other stuff, I just can't remember off the top of my head. But I mean, I think he did like 20 or 30. I think he had like 20 tweets about the history he had with Prince and why he was able to do so much influence over people. And what especially astounded me is that he basically owns all of his stuff. Like, that's why he's been he has been against digital property when it comes to music, but he's more against digital. What I see now, thanks to the explanation that Anil Dash did on Twitter, was that he was against digital music as like a huge as just a plain old substitute, instead of digital music with a reinventive twist, and also just jumping in blindly into companies like most artists tend to do. Whereas Prince, I mean, it's hard to say it was. But he was pretty much a perfectionist, which granted kind of harmed some parts of his lifestyle, but then it kind of put him at an advantage when it came to the music industry, because he pretty much wanted to define his music and his culture in his own terms, and he succeeded at it. He owns every single one of his properties. Corporate America does not even touch those at all. He has an independent estate, and he did everything on his own, and he succeeded at it, and it's everywhere. So I totally forgot about that until I looked it up today. So for those who are also like wanting to watch Purple Rain, AMC theaters recently announced that they're gonna put the movie back up for the next 5 days, I believe. So you might want to check your local listings for where on AMC they're gonna show it. The nearest ones I've got are in Maryland, in White Marsh, and up in Philly. No AMC here in Delaware, unfortunately. So in case you do miss the VH1 screenings of the movie, you still got quite a number of chances to get it. And of course, if you want to support the film directly that made him so famous, you can buy it on Amazon Prime. So yeah, I know it's a gaming channel that I'm streaming this on, and my own channel at the same time, but it's my own channel too, so I can do a little bit of a diversion. So Baymax phone case. So there was another one that streaming that happened at 7 p.m. So the next one, sorry Christina, forgot to mention 7 p.m. as well, in case you missed the 4 p.m. one. So the last screening on VH1 is going to happen at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and the very, very last one for the Prince Marathon is going to happen at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and Pacific Time. For Mountain and Central Time. Central Time is pretty obvious. It's 8 p.m. Mountain Time, I'm not sure about you guys. I'm sorry. I have relatives over there. So check your local listings for that one. I'm assuming maybe 8 p.m. for you guys as well. I know. Sharp guess. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of Asagao Academy. I will put a poll up on Twitter in a bit about the next decision I have to make in this game. And I'll see you next time. Bye. I'm waiting a few minutes for the awkward silence to kind of go past because I got like a 5 or 10 second delay on YouTube.